Good afternoon. My name is Nawal Safia Kabakisi, a graphic designer from Bincom Dev Center. What I'll be discussing today is the eight fundamental types of graphic design. And what are the eight fundamental types of graphic design? Yeah, what I'll be talking about today is what is graphic design, the visual identity graphic design, and the publication graphic design, the marketing and advertising graphic design, packaging graphic design, environmental graphic design, user interface graphic design, motion graphic design, and then art and illustration graphic design. So we'll be talking about this thing. I'll be discussing about all these things, all those contents here. So what is the graphic design? Graphic design is a communication skill focused on the visual interpretation of the message. So it creates the visual composition to solve problem and communicate ideas through typography, image, color, and form. We have various types of the industry. Yes, the various types of graphic design, which have specialized in some aspects. So the specialization is the visual identity design. We have the visual identity, we have the publication design, we have the marketing and then advertising design, packaging design. We also have an environmental design, user interface design, motion design, and art and illustration design. So we'll be discussing about all these types of graphic design one by one. Let's continue with our discussion. So firstly, what is graphic visual identity graphic design? Just like the brand a system between the business or organization. So in terms of the visual identity graphic design is where they use the creating of the logos, the typography, and the image library. We have in this visual identity graphic design, the designer often develop a set of visual brand guidelines. So we also call it a style guideline or brand manual that describe best practice and provide examples of visual branding. So this guideline helps to ensure and the brand consistency. So it just bring out like what the organization is all about, the color, the types of color that the brand will be using, the typography, the fonts that the organization will be using, the images and the likes. So it does the way so that when you're doing any thing in the organization, you follow the brand guideline to do it. So the visual identity does the way things are done properly, consistently, yes, throughout the future application. So when the organization is trying to do any task or any project. So they follow this guideline to make their work more easier. So we also have the publication graphic design. This publication graphic design does the classic type of design things, books, newspapers, magazines, and catalogs. Graphic designers that specialize in publication work with editors and publishers to create layouts with carefully selected typography and accompanying artwork, which include the photographic and the illustration. So this just need color management, printing, and then digital publishing, just as others book, newspapers, the magazines, so and catalog. So those examples indicate the newspaper. So when you're trying to use public population graphics, they're the ones that published your work, like the novels, yes, books, also like novels, your projects. When you achieve the project, you publish it. So those publication graphics then are the people that publish the work outside. So that yeah, and before publishing it, it goes in a process that the editors need to view before your work is being published. So this the meaning what publication graphic design really they have what they really do just to publish the work. But before the process, it has to pass to the editors to review the work before it's being published outside. So and the next one is the marketing and then advertising graphics. The marketing works with the company's owners, directors, manager, or the marketing professional to create assets for marketing strategies. They need to be familiar with the products and service brands as well as with the auditors that target audience. So this kind of marketing just make awareness for your design, for what your company is all about. So what we use for this marketing and advertising is we use the poster cards, we use flyers, magazines, and we also use Bookio. Yes, Bookio is more complex than flyers. So the posters, we use banners to publish to advertise our work, to advertise like anybody, any client can just bring the work. Okay, let me to do this flyers. Majorly, all flyers are used for just to make awareness, to advertise your work, to market your work, to let your people, your target audience um to able to see your work outside. So by doing so, you are advertising your work and you're also marketing your work. So and this example here, these flyers is just a food menu. So advertising what this is all about. So it just that's the concept about marketing and advertising graphic design. They are the ones that advertise people who are like designs that people do. So to just send it to the audience, the target audience. So when they see the work, they'll be more you've called the attention to the work, the flyers or Tokyo or posters are used. The next is the packaging the graphic design. Packaging graphic design creates concepts, develop mock-ups. Yes, they use mock-ups and create the prints with a ready files for products. So this example here is a mock-up, a can mock-up. So when the process is all about you designing your workforce, they're using the mock-up to showcase your work, and it will be it look nicer than just doing it, designing it alone without not using a mock-up to present it. So they specialize in a specific types of packaging like the labels or the fabric scan, just like this one, or a specific industry like food or children's toys. So it's just more of like does all these chocolate, this thing, all these there are lots of packaging like we see, but the first thing that the process about it before it is being packaged is first designing what your business, if it is for the chocolate machine, first design them, then after you use a mock-up to bring it out to present it like this. So that's the difference between other the graphic design. We have the packaging graphic design and the marketing that does different because this one is in form of package. Just with the flyers that we did, we turn it into a another form so that just package everything so that it's more presentable. So this is that was more presentable. So the next one is we have the environmental graphic design. So the environmental graphic design is just the visually connects people to places to improve their overall experience by making space more memorable, interesting, and informative or easier to navigate. Just like there are examples that of this environmental this thing. So like all those museums, when you go to museums, you see different kind of designs there on their walls. So it indicates the environmental design. So the also office branding, like in an office, when there is a design on the wall, maybe it's organization name or anything or any design on the wall is showcasing that okay, this is the environmental. What all these people specialize, their work is really to design the environment. So they must be familiar with industrial design concepts and able to read and sketch architectural plans. So just like this wall is designed in in an a bar or in a restaurant or in an office. So it just depends on the way you design your wall, the way you design your office, the way you design your conference space. So it depends on that. So these are the people that really focus on the, the environmental people focus on the what how the environment is more interesting and informative and memorable. Like when you go to a conference space or an exhibition, you see different things, like in terms of how the place is. So it's more memorable. Then we have the user interface graphic design. A user interface is also UI, yes, that's short form, is how the user interacts with device or application. UI design is the process of designing interface to make them easy to use and provide the user-friendly experience. So this is just um, more of designing, yes, designing the interface for all those mobile app. This is done by UI, yes. But before this UI design, there are some process. So the process is where the UX coming, UX experience. They are designers to bring they bring out different plans, different strategy on how to make this UI, that's the interface, to be more people can easily navigate through. So that's the work of the UX, that the one that do the work and like let's say behind the scene. Yes. So examples are the web page design, game, interface, app design. So UX is just like finding, making research, yes, making research on how the interface will be. So after the UX designer are through with their work, so that's when the UI designer comes in to design the interface so that it's more easy to navigate. So that's, and they use mostly just graphics principles to do their work. So it's also part of graphic design. Yes. So let's move on. The next one is the motion graphics. Motion graphic design, that the one that in terms of movement, yes, types of this design can be found across all digital platforms, which has created a sort of all sorts of new ideas, new areas and opportunity. Motion graphic design begins by developing storyboards, yes, and they bring their concepts to life. The animation videos, just like this example here, you see that and there is someone waving hands. So this is this is what we call the movement. So the movement that occur here is the motion graphics. So this, there are some people that specialize in this aspect. So that's, and what we call them is emotion graphics. So yes, and examples of these motion graphics designers are tutorials, videos, mostly videos, all these animated logos, all these GIF, yes, so graphics interchange formats. So those kind of things that GIF. So the animated logo is just the one that has movement. Yes, anything that is moving is motion, and that's what we call the motion graphics. Yeah, the motion graphics are people that, yes. So those people are what we call motion graphics. That's what I say. So then we also have art and illustration graphics. design. So those designs just are create composition to communicate and solve problems. Yes, urban graphic artists and illustrators create original art. So there are some people that create this image, there, this illustration. There are people that create it using drawing things. So when you want to create this, you can use the illustrator to do this. Their art takes a number of forms from fine arts to decoration to storytelling and illustration of media and techniques to create their work as they collaborate with writers, editors, managers, marketers, and art directors across all graphic design types. Examples are the t-shirt design and motion graphics, the book covers, the technical illustration album and others, the concept art. So all illustrations, like just like in terms of illustration is you write down your story, that's the storyline. You write it out, then someone will just draw it. So it will be in this kind of form. So that's what we call the pattern illustration in graphic design. So we also use this kind of um, images, yes, in times when we went through the design. So there are people that do this initial, that was the people that do it. So it's majorly you have to know the kind of graphics that you will specialize on because there are lots of graphics designers. What we have said so far, we have different types of graphics. So it's not left to you to specialize on which role you want to do. So that's more important. You have to specialize, you have to know what you want to do in this graphics because we have different kind of graphic design. So yeah, we have different type of graphic design. Yeah, we have different kind of graphic design. So you need to specialize on one of them. And it's not necessary that you can still know some of them. Yes, you can still know some, um, but mostly you have to specialize on work. Yeah, you have to specialize on work, one of them. So to make your work more easier. So I think that yeah, that's the that's all for now. Any questions? Thank you for listening.